Travis Fowler has the first race field on the turn. Behind the starting gate from the rail out we have Woodmere Lexus and Mark Haig. Best Brew with Rick Armstrong. Joe C150 with Sam Hodgen. Magical Alex, Stephen Treitz. Outside, Windermere Payday and Colin DeCourcy. A field of 5, race number 1 here at Exhibition Park. Gates at the top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go, off end pacing. Magical Alex from post 4 chases the gate out of there. Woodmere Alexis from the cones stacks them up. 3 wide round the first turn. That's Woodmere Alexis on top. Outside, Best Brew still driving on, looking for the front. Magical Alex left well, get away in third. Then Windermere Payday holds down fourth. Joe C150, he can see them all. Things unsettled on the front. Best Brew gets the high lines from Rick Armstrong. He now clears to the front. Woodmere Alexis stung him away, now will sit second. Magical Alex holds down third. By the opening quarter, 29 and 3. That's the price paid by Best Brew, and he is the leader on top. Right there, second, Woodmere Alexis. Magical Alex studies things from third. Windermere Payday needs to pick it up in fourth. Joe C150 still at the back. Horses come in front of the fans first time around. They're all strung out a little bit because the pace is quick, and that's Best Brew and Rick Armstrong right down the road here this afternoon. They are the leader. Halfway home, it's Best Brew. By the half, 101 flat, Best Brew in command. Right there, second, Woodmere Alexis. Magical Alex still on the cones from third. Windermere Payday picking it up from fourth. Joe C150's off the cones from fifth as the field goes by the 5/8s. On up the backstretch they go. It's still Best Brew, your leader. Right there, second is Windermere Payday. Magical Alex now caught in. Joe C150 with a rush and a brush was fifth and third. Now takes over second on the outside. By 3/4, 131 and 2. Best Brew, the leader on top. Joe C150's right up to the leader's wheel. No place to race for Woodmere Lexus, and Magical Alex right with them fourth, top of the stretch. Joe C150 outside is driving on. Best Brew inside tries to find more. Joe C150 now clearing the stretch, and he's drawing off for Sam Hodgen. It's Joe C150 at the line. Second is going to be tight. Looks like Woodmere Lexus over Best Brew. Time for that mile. 2:03 and 2. Race 2 starters are behind the starting gate. From the rail out, we have Windermere, I'm All Right, and Colin DeCourcy. Then Love in Paradise with Robert Laughlin. You Can't Fix Stupid in the middle with John Davidson. I Love Roses with Mark Haig. Outside, that's the gray fella, Philanthropist, and Stephen Treitz. It's a field of 5 here for race number 2. Gate is at the top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing. Love in Paradise push the wings out of there. From the inside, Windermere, I'm All Right. These two into the first turn. Windermere, I'm All Right has the rail and control of the racetrack. Outside, Love in Paradise. She's driving on, looking for the front. You Can't Fix Stupid holds down third. Then I Love Roses and Philanthropist is at the back on way to the opening quarter. Windermere, I'm All Right. DeCourcy wants her on the front end this afternoon, and he's put her there by the opening quarter. Windermere, I'm All Right's there, 28 and 4. Her lead now out to 2 lengths. She's taking it serious this afternoon. Right there, second. Love in Paradise tries to tighten in. You Can't Fix Stupid holds down third. I Love Roses is fourth. Philanthropist is at the back. The field is strung out as they come in front of the fans. They're chasing Windermere, I'm All Right, and she's going right down the road here this afternoon. Her lead is 2 lengths halfway here. Under high lines, Windermere, I'm All Right. By the half. 5th 29 seconds flat. Windermere, I'm all right. Right on down the road. Love in Paradise now to second. Up on the outside now. I Love Roses now to third. Now takes over second. They go by 5/8 on down the backstride. The race is on. It's Windermere, I'm all right. Outside, I Love Roses. She looks her in the eye and goes right on by. Heading to 3/4. I Love Roses, new leader. Windermere, I'm all right, is second by 3/4. 130 flat. I Love Roses. Her lead is now by 4. Windermere, I'm all right, still in second. Outside that, You Can't Fix Stupid. No Place to Race for Love in Paradise. And Philanthropist is at the back. Top of the stretch, it's all over. I Love Roses. She opens up 5, now 6, and she drives away. It looks like Lasix works for her. It's all I Love Roses here today. Great race for second. Far outside, Philanthropist will take that. You Can't Fix Stupid is third. Time for that mile. 2 minutes, 4/5. I Love Roses. Third race starters are assembling on the backstretch. Starter Travis Fowler has race 3 field. Moving in and lining up from the inside out, we have Southern Governor and Dr. Mitch Downey. Brandon's Glory with John Davidson. Bugger Max and Mark Haig. Instant Shadow with Robert Laughlin. Outside, that's Union Man Hanover and Stephen Trites. A field of 5, race number 3, Exhibition Park. Gates at the top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing. Brandon's Glory from the inside. Bugger Max, center of the racetrack, into the first turn. Brandon's Glory has command of the racetrack. Bugger Max left sharply. He gets away in second. Instant Shadow now takes third. Southern Governor from the railway fourth. And the early trailer, that is Union Man Hanover. Things are settled out of the first turn. They're all chasing the 8-year-old son of Brandon's Cowboy. That's Brandon's Glory. He's clear on the front. An early challenge. Instant Shadow didn't like his seat from third. He's up the challenge by the opening quarter. 29-2. Brandon's Glory has command of the racetrack, and he's going to keep it. Instant Shadow, bad decision. He's out left on the outside. He's going for a long day now. Right there, second is Bugger Max. Tightening up from fourth, Southern Governor, and at the back, Union Man Hanover in front of the fans first time around. This is a challenge, Brandon's Glory. Halfway home for Davidson. They were there 58-2. Second quarter, 29 flat as he is rebuffing Instant Shadow. Right there, the best trip of all goes to Bugger Max. Tightening up in fourth, that is Southern Governor and Union Man Hanover still in it. Anybody's race as they roll by 5/8. Down the backstretch they go. Brandon's Glory by a shadow roll. On the outside, that's Instant Shadow. No place to race for Bugger Max. Second over, that's Southern Governor and Union Man Hanover still in it. They rolled by 3/4. 129 flat. Instant Shadow outside, trying to stick his nose on top. Brandon's Glory's battling back on the inside. Southern Governor's right there, flipping out wide. Comes Union Man Hanover, and no place to race for Bugger Max. Top of the stretch, Brandon's Glory takes them on home. Outside, Instant Shadow. What a trip he's gone. He's still coming in deep stretch. Up the rail comes Bugger Max. Happy birthday, Natalie. Bugger Max got the job done. Second went to Brandon's Glory. Instant Shadow was right there too. Time for that mile. 2 minutes, 2/5. Bugger Max. Thanks, Kurt. Race 4 starters are lined up in behind the starting gate. Gate is on the turn. From the rail out, we have Katie Overdrive and Kyle Mason. Thank you, all my fans. Stephen Trites. Montrose Hope with John Davidson. Ultimately Handsome, Robert Laughlin. Outside, that's Fall Bliss and Dr. Mitch Downey. Field of 5, race number 4, Exhibition Park. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing. Great start, 4 wide, in between pacers. Thank you, all my fans. From the inside, Katie Overdrive. Outside, Ultimately Handsome on round the first turn. Thank you, all my fans. And Stephen Trites have command of the racetrack. KD Overdrive left well from the cones. He'll seat himself in second. Ultimately Handsome found a seat in third. Then Montrose Hope studies them from fourth. And Fall Bliss will try his luck from the back as the field is now tightening up en route to the opening quarter. Thank you, all my fans. Taps the brakes by the opening quarter, 29-4. Thank you, all my fans in command. Right there, second and on the leader's helmet. That's KD Overdrive. First up and on the move. Here comes Ultimately Handsome. He was third, now first up and driving on the outside as the horses start to pair up in front of the fans first time around. They're chasing the 6-year-old son of Baron Biltmore. That's Thank You, all my fans, and Stephen Trites. They are halfway home, the leaders. Outside second, Ultimately Handsome still driving. They were by the half, 60 seconds flat. Thank you, all my fans, still on top. Outside and driving, Ultimately Handsome. He's up to the leader's wheel. Right there and on the bit is KD Overdrive in third. Up to fourth is Fall Bliss. Montrose Hope at the back. On down the backside they go. Thank you, all my fans. He's getting rocked along here by Stevie Trites by 3/4. Ultimately Handsome on the outside, not going away them by 3/4. 129 flat, 29 seconds in the third. Thank you, all my fans, driving off here on the turd. Second on the outside, Ultimately Handsome. KD Overdrive's about to come off the cones, top of the stretch. Thank you, all my fans, drives on through the stretch. KD Overdrive's out to try him, but he's got nothing for him. It's all thank you, all my fans. A wire-to-wire winner for Stephen Trites. Second was KD Overdrive. It's close for third. Time for that mile, 1:59 flat. Thank you, all my fans. Thanks, Kurt. Race 5 starters are lined up in behind the gate. Last chance to bet a daily double here today. You'd have to hurry. From the inside out, we have Emperor and Jeff Lewis. Umpire Hanover, Mike Downey. Rose Run Slider with Mark Haig. Eben the Boys, Stephen Trites. Outside, J.J. Brienne and John Davidson. Field of 5. Race number 5. Exhibition Park. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing, far outside. J.J. Brienne fires out of there, in between pacers. Rose Run Slider into the first turn. Emperor from the cones. Rose Run Slider, center of the racetrack. He's the leader on round the first turn with a rush and a brush. Outside, J.J. Brienne from the outside. She wants the front. She's driving on for Davidson. On to the opening quarter. That's J.J. Brienne outside, trying to take command of the racetrack. Rose Run Slider stung her a ways. Now will sit second. Then Emperor's third. By the opening quarter, 28-4, J.J. Brienne in command. Right there, second, Rose Run Slider. Emperor studies things from third. Umpire Hanover calling it from fourth. And the early trailer, Ebb and the Boys. In front of the fans, first time around, they're chasing a fired-up J.J. Brienne, the 5-year-old daughter of Image of Dawn. She's clear by 2, halfway home for Davidson. J.J. Brienne is there by the half. 58-2, serious fractions for J.J. Brienne. The rain's coming down, but the track is fast as she rolls by the 5/8. J.J. Brienne still there. Rose Run Slider trying to track her down in second. Emperor third. Umpire Hanover still on the cones fourth. Ebb and the Boys slid out from fifth. He now takes over fourth as they head to 3/4. J.J. Brienne still by 2. Rose Run Slider's the closest to her. 3/4 came and went. 128-4, J.J. Brienne. Rose Run Slider is getting brave in behind. These two will settle it through the stretch. Emperor's battling for third, top of the stretch. J.J. Brienne shows the way home. Rose Run Slider's out to try her. These two duel through the stretch. Rose Run Slider outside now takes over, and in deep stretch, Rose runs slider at the line for Mark Haig. Second was J.J. Brienne. Third went to Emperor. Time for the mile. Fast ties the fastest of the day. 1:59 flat. Rose runs slider.
And I'm joined here this afternoon with Grady Hashey, and Grady's a youngster here in New Brunswick harness racing who recently has started a podcast for maritime racing, and what he does is talk a little bit about the local racing scene here in New Brunswick, and also takes a look at some of the other races from around the Maritimes, including PEI. So welcome, Grady. Nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here. Just wanted to talk about your podcast a little bit and kind of how you got it started. And I've listened to your first couple episodes this season, and you do a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, if you could just kind of allude just to how you got your start. And I know you've had an interest in harness racing for a while. Maybe even talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was able, when I was younger, I always used to go to the Fredericton Raceway and everything, and I always loved it. And then by the time I was around 11 years old, I got involved with the horses, actually, with Charlie Miles.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been helping him out at the barn a lot. Most times now with COVID, I'm doing online school, so I get to go down in the mornings and everything. And I started the podcast last year. I became a U.S. Harness Riders Association youth member.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And so, I thought that it might be a decent way to promote myself and maybe to promote maritime harness racing, and so I started it, and it's been going well so far.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I know locally here you follow a little horse. Well, he's actually named Little Manny, and he was a big winner last week. You must have been happy. A big trip in 58 and 4 last week. He's looked a lot better this year, I think, Grady. He's compared to last year. He was always a little bit choppy at times, but this year he's really come along.
The jump from 3 to 4 has certainly helped him. He spent some time in Ontario as part of the Mike Bishop stable, and when he came back, Charlie was able to get him into good shape, and he's been racing well so far. Everyone's happy with him right now.
Yeah, and he comes up later on in our feature race this afternoon with, and he's got one that he's going to have to tangle in there with Blood Money. And I know as part of your podcast, Grady, that you always take a shot and do some handicapping.
Yep.
So just wanted to get your thoughts on the race today and kind of how you see it playing out. Little Manny has the inside post, of course, this afternoon to work with, but he's got to put up with kind of the hot horse in New Brunswick right now with so Blood Money. So how do you see that playing out here today?
I see a lot of early speed in the race. I think that Manny, as I call him, is going to get out of there pretty well. I can see Blood Money trying to leave even from the outside. I think that he is a really nice horse, and definitely the one to beat. Woodmere Idealard, also a very nice horse. I think he'll definitely be a factor in there early. It should make out for a good race.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So any plans for the horse? I know with COVID this year it's a little bit difficult to predict where he's going to go, but I think he'd certainly be, certainly wouldn't be out of place if he was to step over in Prince Edward Island or something like that once the bubble opens. So any plans for the horse? I know he did try Ontario earlier on this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously with the COVID situation, everyone and every way of life is kind of taking it day by day right now, and I think that's what they're kind of doing with the horse. We'll obviously have to see how the Atlantic bubble opens up, but right now they're happy with where he's at, and they're just enjoying it.
Okay, for listeners out there, Grady, that might be interested in listening to your podcast, I know you put it on every week later in the week. Maybe just tell people how they can find your podcast. I know I listen through it through Spotify, and get you once in a while to throw the link up there on Twitter. So maybe you can just let people know how you can listen in.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. That's the main one right now. It's not quite yet on the Apple podcast. Haven't been able to get approved for that yet, but it's approved on I think 4 or 5 different places. Breaker is one of them. I think Google Podcast is also one of them. It's called Racing Around the Maritimes, and so I think that's mainly Spotify is where you can find it right now. Yeah.
Excellent. So you're looking to do any experimenting with the podcast at all? Maybe getting some guests and maybe expanding it a little bit more?
I'll have to see how it goes. I mean, right now, I didn't put a whole lot of money into it right now, but I'll have to see how it goes, and maybe later on down the road, if it gets a bit bigger, then sure, I'll look at maybe trying to contact people about being on the show, or but yeah, for right now, I'm happy with where I'm at.
Well, there could be some local people in Fredericton watching today that might help you out with some sponsorship or something to keep your podcast going. I think it's a great thing, and great thing to have youngsters involved in maritime racing, and especially here in New Brunswick. So thanks very much, Grady, for joining me today. Best of luck with little Manny. I'm sure you're going to be cheering him on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And we'll see how he makes out. So thanks again.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks, Kurt. Time to wrap up the live racing here this afternoon at Exhibition Park. Race 6 starters are behind the gate and in control of the starter. From the rail out, we have Little Manny and Stephen Treitz. Paris Bow with Mark Haig. Woodmere Ideal Art with Robert Laughlin. Whiskey to Wine, Mike Downey. Outside, Blood Money, Dr. Mitch Downey. A field of 5. Exhibition Park. It's top class time. Everybody's on the gate. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing, firing from the outside, Blood Money from the inside, Little Manny in between pacers, Woodmere Ideal Art. On round the first turn, Little Manny inside has command of the racetrack, Woodmere Ideal Art driving on the outside, looking for the front. Blood Money now outside, sitting third. Field comes out of the first turn en route to the opening quarter. That's Woodmere Ideal Art and Robert Laughlin. They set up shop on the front end today. They're the leaders by the opening quarter. Right there, second. Little Manny stung him early and now sits second. Blood Money tucked in third. They're by the opening quarter. 29 and 2. Woodmere Ideal Art in command of the racetrack. Right there, second. Little Manny. Blood Money studies things from third. Paris Bow has fourth. Whiskey to Wine. She is at the back as a compact field of 5 comes in front of the fans. First time around, they're chasing the 6-year-old son of Articulator. This is Woodmere Ideal Art. His lead is out to a length and a half. Lanes are tight by the half. Woodmere Ideal Art's there. 58 and 2 by the half. Little Manny's the closest to him in second. Blood Money third. Then we find Paris Bow fourth. Whiskey to Wine still at the back as they roll by the 5/8. Woodmere Ideal Art. He's the leader up the backstride. Little Manny right there second. Blood Money's off the cones from third. Down the backside they go. Woodmere Ideal Art by a length. Little Manny right there on his back second. Blood Money's up to third by 3/4, 128 flat. Woodmere Ideal Art. He's looking strong as lengths the lead by a length and a half. Blood Money up on the outside now gets up to second. Little Manny right there third. These three will settle at top of the stretch. Woodmere Ideal Art shows the way home. Blood Money outside still coming. No place to race for Little Manny. Woodmere Ideal Art still driving Blood Money on the outside. These two to the wire right at the line. It's picture time! I'm going to call Woodmere Ideal Art by a shadow roll. It's close, though. Hold all tickets. Time for the mile. 1:59.